Alright, I've been waiting for a new set of gaskets to come in before I start putting this motor back together, and now that I have that, we have everything we need. Motor is cleaned up, old gasket material is cleaned off. So let's see what we can do to get this back together. It's time to find out if it's going to start.
So why did you have to rebuild the because it got out of oil and it melted something.
Basically, it ran out of oil and it seized the crankshaft in the motor.
Let me go inside, Chloe. It's too hot out here. I want to see. It will go.
It's better than last time. Just making sure there's
let's go
oil.
Good job, buddy.
I got an oil leak around a gasket up here, so let's make sure everything's tightened down. So she starts, runs, and idles, dripping a little bit of oil, so I've got to tighten down a few bolts. But the rear end, this chain is really loose. So we're going to see if we can swing out this swing arm a little bit. So part of the reason for the swing arm going everywhere is there's no bolt back here, so this side of the swing arm is loose. And this bolt is also loose, so there's no tension behind, leaving us like this. Wouldn't get far riding without any bolts holding your swing arm on. I might have a bolt I can use coming off this broken shock mount. Maybe there's something on the chassis out back. Oh, there's no swing arm. There's no bolt to steel. So what I need to do, find a bolt for the back, take this thing down and tighten up the rear end. Here we go. Alright, it's coming. Still more to do. It's smoking as it burns off some oil. I gotta figure out if those are leaks around the gaskets or just residual on the motor casing, etc. And we gotta secure a few things, secure a lot of things, and we still have some work to do on this back end. But it is up and running and we're past the seized motor scenario, so we'll keep going. And I've added some bolts and locking washers underneath the handlebar mount so those don't come loose. Solenoid is now zip tied in. Still burning off a little bit of oil here. I'm going to have to check a few bolts, but it's definitely one of the sketchier rides I've sat on right now. Everything is just, well, loose, I guess is the right word. Loose and worn out. So we're going to take it for a spin, burn it in a little more, check it out, see how she goes. So a nice ginger slow ride around the lawn. I don't think I broke anything, but I'm gonna go through, check all the bolts, make sure everything's tightened down. I mean, I got a lot of oil on the outside of this case when I first, when I was cleaning it up. But there's definitely, I mean, there's smoke coming off it right now. And I'm just not so sure that I got all my gaskets clean as good as they can be, so we're going to pay attention. We're going to tighten some things. I think I've burned off everything on the back of the motor. That eased up as I was riding, but the front of it is still smoking, so I'm going to double check those. The other thing to pay attention to is without a seat on it and me sitting on the back of it right now, she just wants to wheelie. Right now, this is the sketch quad. The front end is really loose. I don't know how much of it you can see. Well, there you go. These spindles, well, these upper A-arms right here. A lot of play at both ends. In here as well. And then also at the other end. I just found something interesting on this China quad. It's already drilled for Zerk fittings. But there's no Zerk fittings, so these could be greased. and lubed up. There's actually room for a Zerk fitting here in the steering column. Yeah, it's like there was a couple of good ideas that were never followed through with. I'm literally just cutting some threads for those Zerks. And then we're going to grease this up.